What if everything you know, your life, your memories, the universe itself, isn't real? What if we're all living in a sophisticated simulation? It might sound like science fiction, but some scientists and philosophers believe it could be true. In today's video, we're exploring 10 reasons why we might actually be living in a simulation. Buckle up, this journey into the nature of reality is going to get weird. One of the most fascinating aspects of our universe is how perfectly it's governed by mathematical laws. Every physical process, from the orbits of planets to the interactions of subatomic particles, follows strict mathematical principles. This precision has led some to speculate that our reality may function like a complex computer program, where mathematical laws are akin to the coding or algorithms of the system. For example, the way gravity works between celestial bodies or the predictable outcomes of chemical reactions all follow a kind of programmed order. In video games, objects behave according to a physics engine, a set of rules designed by programmers. If our universe is governed by similarly rigid rules, it could indicate that these laws are part of a simulated environment created by an advanced civilization. Digital physics is a theory suggesting that the universe operates similarly to a computer, where everything is quantized, meaning there are minimum indivisible units, just like the pixels on your screen. In this sense, space and time may not be continuous, but rather composed of discrete units. For instance, the Planck length, about 1.6 times 10 to the power of minus 35 meters, is considered the smallest meaningful unit of space. Below this scale, the concept of distance may cease to exist. If space, time, and matter are all fundamentally digital, like data points in a computer program, it could mean that our universe is a simulation rendered in high detail, much like a video game only shows what's visible to the player while hiding what's off-screen. The speed of light is the absolute speed limit in the universe. Nothing can travel faster than light. But why? Some proponents of the simulation hypothesis argue that the speed of light may represent the processing limit of the simulation we live in. Just as computers have limits to how fast they can process data, a simulated universe might also have a maximum speed at which information can be transmitted. The speed of light could be the fastest rate at which the simulation can update or render changes in the environment. In this scenario, light speed represents the highest refresh rate possible in the simulation's code. Quantum mechanics has given rise to some truly puzzling phenomena, like the idea that particles exist in a state of probability until they are observed. This is known as wave function collapse, where particles don't settle into a definite state until someone measures them. In the context of the simulation hypothesis, this could be likened to how video games only load and render graphics when the player is in a particular area. The world doesn't need to be fully rendered if no one's around to see it. So, reality might only fully exist when observed, with the simulation conserving processing power by not rendering every detail when it's unnecessary. The concept of glitches in reality is often compared to bugs in video games, moments when the system malfunctions, revealing its artificial nature. Some suggest that experiences like déjà vu, the sensation of having lived through something before, or the Mandela effect, where groups of people remember historical events differently, are examples of these glitches. The Mandela effect in particular is compelling. For example, many people remember Nelson Mandela dying in the 1980s, even though he actually passed away in 2013. These phenomena could be like errors in a simulation's memory or data processing. In video games, bugs happen when the code doesn't run as expected, causing odd behaviors. Could reality have similar bugs that occasionally reveal the simulated nature of the universe? The fine-tuning of the universe is one of the most perplexing mysteries in cosmology. Many of the universe's constants, like the strength of gravity, the charge of the electron, or the speed of light, are set to extremely specific values. If any of these values were even slightly different, life as we know it would not be possible. Proponents of the simulation hypothesis argue that this level of precision suggests that the universe has been designed or programmed to produce intelligent life. In a simulation, the creators could adjust parameters like gravity or electromagnetism to ensure the system behaves in a way that allows life to evolve. Just like video game designers set the rules of a game, the fine-tuning of our universe could be evidence that our reality was constructed with purpose. Philosopher Nick Bostrom proposed the simulation argument, which presents three possibilities. One, civilizations don't reach a point where they can run realistic simulations. Two, advanced civilizations have the technology but choose not to run simulations. And three, we're likely living in a simulation because civilizations that can run simulations would create many of them. If any civilization reaches the level where it can create hyper-realistic simulations, they would likely create millions, if not billions, of simulated realities. This means that simulated universes would vastly outnumber the real one. Statistically, it's far more likely that we are living in one of these many simulations rather than the one original base reality. Information as the core of reality. Physicist John Archibald Wheeler coined the phrase "it from bit," suggesting that all physical things derive their existence from information. According to this view, the universe at its core is made up of data, much like how everything in a computer is essentially information processed in binary code. If the fundamental building block of the universe is information, it's not such a leap to think that reality is the result of a highly advanced computational process. In a simulation, all objects, events, and experiences could be data-driven constructs, and everything we perceive would be a result of processing this information. Virtual reality advancements. Our own technological advancements in virtual reality and artificial intelligence have led some to speculate that one day we'll create simulations indistinguishable from reality. We already have highly realistic video games, virtual worlds, and AI-driven environments that are becoming more immersive by the day. As technology continues to improve, it's possible we'll eventually create simulations so realistic that the beings within them would have no idea they're not in base reality. If that's possible, then it's not hard to imagine that we might already be living in such a simulation created by a more advanced civilization. Cosmic rays and computational limits. One peculiar phenomenon that has intrigued some physicists is the energy limit of cosmic rays. High-energy particles from outer space. These particles seem to have a maximum energy threshold, which suggests there could be an upper limit to the amount of energy in the universe. This has led some to speculate that this energy limit could be akin to the processing power limit of a computer. In a simulation, there would be finite processing capacity, and it could be that the energy limit observed in cosmic rays is a reflection of the computational limits of the system running the simulation. Just as a computer can only process so much data at once, the universe might have a cap on the amount of energy it can handle. While none of these points definitively prove that we live in a simulation, they raise fascinating questions about the nature of reality. Could we all be part of a complex digital construct? As our understanding of technology, physics, and the universe expands, we may come closer to answering that very question. Until then, the simulation hypothesis remains one of the most intriguing and mind-bending ideas of our time.